Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today, no insights yet. I just thought let's use the Enchanted Map Oracle with the Magician's deck. So let's start with the Magician's deck. Oh, that one first. So we have Wise Teacher. What does this wise teacher want to share? Well, she's holding her like this, right? It's like holding, and then up here, it kind of looks like a heart. It looks like a sigil, but it's a heart. So something to do with speaking from the heart from this wise teacher. They've learned a lot of lessons, they said, and okay, interesting cards. They kind of like contradict each other. So let's move this over here. All right, start off our story. We have this wise teacher who wants to speak from the heart, their message. And so the next two that came out was Mother Earth, which is a living, breathing entity itself that takes care of us. That's what it showed. It really showed how the elements, I saw more of like shamanism, like really being connected to the earth. And then the next one to come out was in reverse. It was the threshold of the guardian. And so with that one in reverse, I got more, and especially this one, because whenever this one's in the upright, right, you see there's a deer, there's an orca, you see lots of earth animals, and then when it flips upside down, I always see a unicorn in the stars there. Oh snap, okay. Dude, this card always amazes me. I love this card for some reason, but then the two that actually came at the top was in reverse, Starfather with Spirit Guides. So I can't help but be like, hey, take this star one and it makes this unicorn one up here. And I do feel like that this unicorn, starry above unicorn energy came through once before. But yeah, so as this one said, threshold of guardians, which the guardians would be the earth elements, the earth spirits, and I think spirit guides as well. But in this one, as this one was like speaking from the heart, I was getting more of a need to connect to the earth, to be very grounded, and I'm hearing like an earth walk or something like that, and not be so much like, especially this is like if you're a starseed and you resonate more with the starseed energy. It's saying it's important at these times to focus more on the mother. So here we have Mother Earth rather than the Star Father. So bringing in a little bit more of the earthly energy. Because I feel like those who are starseeds, hey, look at this horse one. It's even like turning into stars. This one is definitely this one. And the fact that this one showed up in reverse is this spirit guide. And so what am I getting with that? Unicorns, right, are a lot of mythology, fantasy, those kind of things. And I feel that's like with a lot of starseed stuff, it's a very, very high vibration, and it could almost be like fantasy and imagination, right? Starseeds are their own unique weird self, and it is important for them to express themselves authentically. But in this one, I see someone leaving and like staying in the upper realms more. And they're saying it's important for you to take this time and switch focus. Especially if you're in the Starseed story. You came to Earth to have an earthly experience. And so we're not saying don't connect to like your lineage with the Star Father and everything like that. But that is also a part of you. But the whole purpose of it is to anchor it and bring it here and like love life. And so I'm almost seeing like it being anchored into the earth mother, And for some reason, when I look at this, even though it's like a flowing tree, this is like a willow or something like that. Whenever I look at this card, I see a desert. I see prickly cactuses. And so that's what I'm seeing, is like a desert period to go in. And it's saying, you might think that you are in this bad environment, right? We'll take the desert with these prickly cactuses, and it's hot and you're dehydrated and you don't have the resources that you need, but that's just simply not true. And so I'm seeing a need to be present and love the life that you live during the day. At nighttime, when we fall asleep, that's when we connect back to our starseed origins, those kind of things. But I'm seeing some starseeds be way too spacey in their everyday life right now. They're like running away. They're just not. Well, I see them very much stuck in their mind in daydreams and fantasy, and those are important. They are, but where's the wonderment of your daily walk? How can you bring in, right? Because I see this person's mind be so vibrant and beautiful, but every day it shouldn't just be imaginary. We want it to be real. And so in the desert, it seems like you don't have everything that you need, but you are taken care of. You really are, right? As I keep seeing this as a cactus. Cactuses do store water within them. I'm seeing a cactus bloom, and it's just something that's so rare. So it's like saying to like appreciate these things. So the threshold of the guardian in the upright, what's it kind of? I'm seeing it as like always wanting to connect to your guides, always wanting to work with spirit, but never being present, right? Spirit wants to work through you here, but I'm seeing it like this person's like shaking the hand of their guides, because look at this huge guide that's like taking care of it all. But in this whiteout, the white I see is like blindness. There's this elk that's being swept up, same with the orca, and these are also your spirit guides, but they show themselves in your everyday life, right? Maybe you go on vacation and there's like a pod of orcas or something. It's like, how lucky are you to meet them at that time, right? To actually just sit in peace. I find they're saying like everyone's always on their phone and doing those things, but just to sit in peace and then have your heart connect to their heart, that's a message. And so the real downloads and messages that your guides want to give you, they're saying, is missed most of the time because we're so trying to do something. We're in a phone in a different reality. We're in imagination in a different reality. But what about here right now? So I want to pull some more of these cards because that's what's coming through. There's energy coming. There's unicorn energy popping out, but the unicorn energy also wants you to not make it its main focus. It's a behind the scenes thing, right? It's at the nighttime, in the dark, in the shadow work. And it's kind of that nudge of how to navigate your earth walk, they say. Oh, okay, so the first synchronicity I see is, well, I'll just show you all first. We have Sacred Pool in reverse. Why? That pool kind of reminds me of this wave that's sweeping up all these things. And so I saw these as like, in real life, like almost like endangered animals, that it's like the more and more you don't pay attention to things that are in front of you, the more and more it kind of gets swept under the rug, and the more things start to kind of snowball, right? The white, yellow, the white color, the snow color. But I see like now species or different things in Mother Earth kind of I'm just seeing endangered species list, an X or something. So there's that sacred pool. When we're not here present and we're trying to escape it and be in a different reality, that's the problem we face. So the next one to come out was encouragement. There's two giraffes kind of snuggling, It's a mama one and a baby one. And the baby one hasn't had much life yet. And so everything that it goes and does is excited. It doesn't quite have that much fear. There's things that it might not know, but the mom's like, hey, you can do this. This nudge is good. And then what I found interesting, so the first synchronicity I saw, so the next card to come out was come together. So two giraffes on two cards seems to be a part of a connection. So I see this one as like the motherly one and the baby one, and then this one is like the baby one who's grown up later and like learned to find the real balance between manifesting and bringing it to reality, right? The daydream, the escape, but come on back, right? We need to come together. Obviously, I'm hearing the Beatles right now. I'm seeing the bird on top of the heart, and then how there's like 3 of them. And I saw this first one was like a first try, and then a second try, and then the third try. Something happening. I'm seeing by the third try, it's like others benefit. Maybe in the first one of this like being encouraged and things like that, it kind of like got mixed up in it, got swept up in it. The first one didn't work. This one could not hold the weight of this. But with that one, then it went to the next one, and you had that previous momentum, and then you took that and built another one. And it still came up a little bit short, but by the third try, they're saying, you got it. It's stable enough to hold everything. And then the last card is the magical map shifter, and it is in reverse. So why is this in reverse? The magical map shifter comes to clarify this threshold. And so there's no more shifting, no more of this wave. Okay. So the story I keep seeing is someone caught in a different reality, that they like this reality. Maybe that reality is something online. Maybe there's too much time online. Another one's imagination, things like that, daydreaming. I see someone just really liking a different reality than what they see in front of them. And so by doing that, they're missing the blessings, and there are things that need to be spoken out from the heart. It needs to be stood up for. And I see that keep getting a little bit worse and worse and worse the more and more that we're not present. And the more and more we're not present, the more and more things get mixed up and cloudy. That's when this sacred pool is no longer flowing. It turns to stagnation. And so Spirit keeps saying to this young one, because I feel like it started off in a young energy, in the baby giraffe phase. When I think of a brand new baby giraffe, I'm like, how awkward, right? You have to learn to find like your center of balance on how to hold your head up, right? Holding your head up high. It's just this like, not only do you have to learn how to walk on these, like horses have to learn to walk, but you also have to learn to like balance your body weight. And so that's what I'm seeing, like this come together. It's like the first step is like, first you need to learn how to walk before you can learn to run. Then the next one is like finding that top heavy, right? Now there's that, I'm seeing it as like 4 in like quadrants, because most of these were put out in 4 with the heart in the middle. And so the next one, right, it's like learning to use the feet. Then we're learning about the top and the bottom, right? That center there. And by the third one, it's really learning to navigate and find the balance. So now let's take physically back to here. As above, so below. There is a spiritual realm. And I think that once you kind of tap into it, when you first have your spiritual awakening, it's so magical and you'll want to spend most of your time there. But there's lots of encouragement there for like growth and healing. But I'm seeing someone kind of stay stuck in that. And so with that, things outside of them just keep being chaotic and they're just not dealing with their stuff. They're like, the more and more I ignore this, maybe it will just finally work itself out. But I don't see it working itself out. I'm seeing you navigating, bringing spirit here, and still being present. There's just different consciousness. And so now they're talking about this is different consciousness levels. And so this is the wave. And this one, I keep seeing as a desert. This one is dry. This is like you need to face this circumstance and realize that, like, look up here, there's like huge mountains, and yet down here it's like a desert. And so when you finally start to deal with this, that's when I see the sacred pool start to like flood the lands. That's when it will come back and heal. So with this magical shapeshifter map thing, I see it as stopped. It's in reverse because there is a need to look at this and take a closer look. Because this isn't a cactus. This isn't a desert scene. In fact, it's a willow. And the willow tree is flexible. It can go with anything, and it can navigate, and it can bend and twist, but then it will come back to itself. So somewhere in the journey, I'm seeing you think you took a wrong turn, and it's not a wrong turn. It has something to do with consciousness. Somewhere you escaped to a reality that just seems to fill up your cup a bit more. And with that, things start to dry out around you. So when you came back to reality in the 3D, I'm seeing what once was there has now kind of shriveled up, and you're like, oh no, like there's a need to kind of take healing into your own hands. And each desert period that we have is a soul lesson. It's a growth for us to really enjoy the rain. Because the sacred pool, once you stop going into the guides and all that, right? We want to bring it this way. There is times when you can go that way, but the main flow should be like a waterfall. We live in a place where we have gravity. It needs to come this way. It needs to trickle down. From this, I'm hearing partridge in a pear tree. So that's what I see. I see actually the partridge in a pear tree I see as one, right? And all the things, it's one. So I'm seeing that as like ace. And I see the heart. I see that as like all aces combined. And it's like this giraffe really learned the balance of its spirit in the physical with the 3D, right? A lot of the times we've got things mixed up within us, like our higher self, our inner child. We got the masculine, the feminine, which part is our spirit guides talking through us, and which one is our ego. And so each time you kind of work through each one, it finally found this really balanced place. And I'm hearing like, I'm seeing it as a grid again. And it's saying like this come together, I'm seeing as being healed on all different energy levels. And so it's almost like here's the spiritual, here's the physical, here's the something. And it's like really, I'm hearing checking 4 boxes. I keep hearing how impressive it is that this willow tree survived in the desert period. Because I feel like that there's been a little bit of avoidance, like not watering your garden. And that's another thing they always say is like the grass is always greener where you water it. It's not on the other side or the something. Maybe they might have better soil somewhere, but then you could learn how to make better soil and, make fertilizer, something like that. But to actually have this willow survive and thrive, I'm hearing in the desert period, is like this is a miracle. And it's just like a flip. I feel like whatever you're doing, it's almost like with whatever these guides are doing, they're giving you information. And it's like you take that and flip something. That's what they keep saying. It needs something about a belief or a trigger or a something just needs to be flipped up on itself. And with that, it will sort everything else out. So I'm not quite sure what it means by that, but that's why things aren't shifting anymore. It's like inside out, and I'm seeing it as like laundry. And before you like go into laundry, you have to go and like change all the shirts because you took them off funny. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a belief or a trigger have to be like an inside out shirt that just needs to be rearranged. And so I feel like there is the communication. The communication is solid. It's just like, how do you utilize that communication and bring it into healing? Because I feel like you're stuck in the getting the information, and it's so like nice there because it feels right. It's weightless. It's a lot more. And then when you're in your body, it's very heavy in the 3D. But I feel like once you are back in the body, it's like utilizing, flipping that information, and that's where I feel the rain. And I feel the rain being soothing and like, yeah, healing. And so I feel like with the struggle, with the flipping, that's the struggle. That was like the whole learning lesson of all this. And I don't know how the outcome comes about this, but okay. So we've got coming to life in reverse. That's what I feel like. I feel like everything now has been shifted or put on pause. And because you don't realize that you're not watering your garden. The grass isn't becoming greener. In fact, the grass keeps dying away. And then I almost see like, because trees are dying, right? And then the desert grows and the desert grows, and it's just more and more and more. And so there is a need to have like roots and soil. And again, soil has to do with like fertilization or something, right? We need those trees. And like, that's why they're saying like when you come back to life and you still see that this one's stuck on, this one tree is like, it's almost like held it for so long. I'm seeing this one as Mother Earth. This one held it for so long. And I just kept seeing like the erosion and everything wanted to come and make it more and more. And it's just like, no, like this is a sacred sanctuary, right? The sacred pool with this tree. And it's stopping the progress of you avoiding whatever it is. So when you come back to it, I feel like when it comes to spirit guides, yes, there is the unicorn in the star energy. But physical, real trees, when you go out in nature, have a lot that they want to teach us as well. And so there is a need to be present with that. And I feel like that the two together will transform and create something. And with that, it like brings it back to life. The trees have the life. They've been here very, very long times, right? They're in a system that connects and they pass messages along. I'm just seeing a starseed be so airy. And they're saying, you keep going to that energy frequency and it's spinning you off course. And then when it's off course and you're stuck in the astrals, they're saying things around you just don't seem to be working out. So we really need you to come back. We need you to come back and wake up. We need you to realize that the jungle that you looked around, you had a jungle, you went off connected, but this jungle has been deteriorating, that it's turning into a desert. And so now I'm seeing just a little bit of that life kind of come back to it. And now when you come back, it's like you have purpose, because now you need to go water the plants. You need to go fertilize them. You need to go do your walk. You need to do your nature walk. So I feel nature is going to be very, very healing. I'm seeing it's not so much that you have to go on nature walks. Like, it's like a metaphorical thing, right? Whenever there's like the shaman, they go on like their medicine journey. I'm seeing a need, maybe it's a tree in your yard. Maybe you do go for a hike in the forest. It's something. But I'm seeing this tree have a lot of insights for helping you ground that starseed airy energy. That air is mental energy. That mental energy is intellect. We need to bring your intellect through you in through the heart, right? Through the emotions. How can we bring knowledge and wisdom with passion and purpose? And that is coming back to life. So we'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.